Hello, my shining stars. Tauruses, when retrograde Mercury in Sagittarius transits your house 8, it brings an intense and fiery, introspective energy, inviting you to dive deep into the themes of shared resources, intimacy, transformation, and of course, personal power and hidden knowledge. The 8th house is a place of mystery, shared assets, philosophical path. So with the Mercury retrograde here, Taurus is asked to slow down and reflect on these areas. House 8 in astrology is about shared resources, inheritance, debts, taxes, intimacy, and deep philosophical transformations, as well as the house of crises. Mercury retrograde here asks individuals with Taurus as their zodiac sign or an ascendant or a moon sign to rethink, revisit, and reevaluate these aspects of your life. Since Taurus is typically grounded and practical, this retrograde may feel like an opportunity to finally unpack the hidden feelings. Review financial arrangements, who you give money to, with who you live, how these people affect you and your budget. You will get the clarity regarding shared responsibilities and responsibilities that you took from the big organizations like banks, insurance companies, CRAs, social security payments. So first thing to do when it's a retrograde Mercury phase, it's a wonderful time to review your financial agreements and shared resources and cut off anything that does not serve you any longer, or some unnecessary financial expenses that you might notice on your bank statements. Look closely at the loans, at the debts, taxes, or investments. Perhaps you'll uncover overlooked details, or you will decide to renegotiate the terms. Retrograde Mercury encourages patience despite the fact it's in Sagittarius, very active sign, but please do not rush your decisions. Instead, examine everything carefully. It's not time to vent, not yet. Second, reflect on your emotional and mental health state. The 8th house is all about surface, journaling, meditating, speaking to a therapist, finding out more information about yourself and your intuition. Consult with an astrologer or any spiritual leader or your priest or your spiritual guru or father-like figure. You will have a second chance to process complex feelings and understand how your beliefs and how your feelings shape your reality right now. You will have a better understanding how to approach relationship and personal power. Third, review your intimate connections and attachments, and of course boundaries. This is an opportunity to strengthen your self-worth and work through unresolved issues. It's time to talk without emotions, with a loving approach, with a kind approach. Reflect on how you share yourself with others. And if you're a people pleaser, think how many people you really please. And why would you want to do that? Maybe in the childhood you didn't get enough love, enough care, and only by pleasing others you were shown that you are loved. Maybe the key is to show self-love. Maybe the key is right now to discover more about those unhealthy attachments or pleasing others, sacrificing your interests. There are lots of questions could be asked here, so it's time for you to self-reflect. Fourth, reconnect with esoteric or spiritual practices. The 8th house is the house of mysteries and mystical things and events in our life. So you can explore astrology, you can try meditation or other forms of spiritual connection or spiritual practices that can bring deeper insights into your life as well as into your dreams. And by dreams, I mean in the state of your sleep, when your subconscious takes over, you can be given the answers on your questions. It's the second chances for healing. It's the second chances to find yourself and reconnect with your intuition. I forgot to mention that inheritance can come into your life again. There will be some questions that have to be resolved regarding finances, especially in November we have the financial full moon, and in December we have a full moon in Gemini The great thing about December, we have 2 new moons, and I will tell you more in the horoscopes for December, but it's very exciting time for you, dear Tauruses. What to avoid? Avoid making big financial decisions and big moves. It's not a good time for taking big money or giving big money. You will never see this money again. Second, do not ignore emotional triggers. This retrograde may bring up deep-seated emotions and fears and unresolved issues. Try to name them, try to focus on them, write them down. Avoid brushing them aside. It's time to work through them. See them as an invitation to a process for healing. This is an ideal period to examine what truly moves you, what truly motivates you, and what truly holds you back. Third, avoid rushing into new intimate connections. New intimate partners will cause more problems than healing. The algorithms will be set for destroying certain things or giving you the next karmic rakes. It's not the time for new acquaintances. It's not the time to seek intimate connections and attachments to people or things. Fourth, steer clear from or major changes with shared responsibilities. It's not the time to sign the documents. It's not the time to sell the house or buy a house. Not a great time with anything regarding communication, documents, and finances, not in November and not in December. Retrograde Mercury sets algorithm for dissatisfaction or changing your mind in future. Or even people who promised you something and invited you into business, they will change their mind. Not a good time. Do not even waste your life or your time. And number 5, do not neglect your documentation in shared finances. If you have joint account, know what your partners are doing. It's time for auditing, inspection, revision, reassessment, improving things. Retrograde Mercury can cause overlooked details to resurface right now in order to avoid bigger problems later. So take an extra care now to avoid greater issue down the road. For you, dear Tauruses, retrograde Mercury is a transformative period. Instead of chasing forward, focus on healing, improving, and reflecting. By the time the Mercury will go direct, which will be after the middle of December, you will feel much more grounded in your personal power. You will have a plan. You will know what to do. You will know to who to say goodbye or to what to say goodbye. Cut off those unnecessary anchors of the past. It is your chance to shed that unnecessary emotional baggage that is damaging you. It's time to get rid of this toxic partnership or environment that you are in. In the times of crisis, retrograde Mercury will provide you with necessary information and all the tools for you to make the right choices and come closer to happy yourself. And you will come to a new chapter of your life with a stronger understanding what it really means to share, what it really means to be intimate with something or somebody, and empower yourself. I wish you to have a wonderful retrograde Mercury period of second chances. Your comments mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope to see you in my future videos. Goodbye.